Thank you so much for stopping in. This is a continuation of the Next Steps series of transmissions I'm receiving. This one, I'm just going to read it because I really think it's interesting. And it's interesting because I really have never received information through these transmissions about aliens and UFOs and outside influences in technology ways. It's more been on the personal levels and things like that. Someday I will get around to giving you my experiences with outer terrestrial entities, my experiences with UFOs, and my experiences with death, and then coming back out of that state. And just with the energies that have come to me all of my life. I'll share that with you someday if you're interested. So that's why I say this is interesting. I had to give you a little bit of that, my background, because I don't talk about it much. And this kind of goes in that area. And I think it's really interesting. And I hope you do too. I hope you find it interesting. This is the transmission I received. The reason humanity has infrared, the reason humanity has booster rockets, night vision, ultralight materials, hovercraft, atomic energy. The reason humanity has satellites, 3D imaging, telepathic assassins. The reason humanity has interplanetary travel, invisibility cloaking, and multi-atmospheric travel is because Earth humanity received assistance by other energy in Earth human wrapping from within your galaxy. Earth human wrapping. These were introduced earlier than humanity was ready for the understanding. Not a great amount of time ahead. Therefore, it was difficult to reverse the building. It was dangerous in the hands of non-enlightened beings whose hands the technology landed in. They saw the technology from an archaic mindset. Some have reached this level necessary to translate the technology into usable forms. There are still learnings to achieve by even the most advanced thinkers. Mass disclosure was planned. Much was manipulated. Much was false misdirection. Much was disclosed to a degree. Much was disclosed to a degree. Controllers, elites would not allow further disclosure. As the disclosure comes closer to revealing, we send galactic energy to Earth human suits. We send galactic energy in Earth human suits to lead your way. This is coming for humanity. You are to be willing to see You are to be willing to discuss and accept. In fact, they do walk amongst you already, camouflaged as human form. Other energies exist around you. Some are helpers, some are disciplinarians, some are malevolent, some are seen through a human suit. Some are not seen. You call this UFO, ET, alien, Yeti, Bigfoot. Few with the ability to be seen by the human sight, unless you are an intentionally, fully benevolent being. You have observed the reflection of these. Primarily, most humans are not available to view the energy. Even those considered the experts have limited awareness, limited sight. Only after their awareness reached a level of understanding, and only after they saw something that couldn't be explained. Consciousness was manipulated to view differently, thus slowing down advancement, slowing down enlightenment. Most in the know only have spots of information. This was done until humanity was advanced enough out of the strong dominance energetics, so the power would not be used for ill activities. Excuse me. You are to be aware. You are not to fear or speculate. You are to be aware. That is interesting. That is an interesting message. They ended this by saying, you are to be aware, not to fear, and not to speculate. While I was reading this, I have done some transmissions. Somebody asked about giants. And when I was reading this, I saw giants. Giants are around, they're just not visible to us. Other energy is around that we are just not seeing. We're not capable of seeing it. We're not allowing ourselves to see it. And the knowledge that was put towards the human being upon the earth, the knowledge that was given to us is given to us for good purposes. Over the time, because we were in, and we still are, we're just kind of leaving the dominance energy from the past age of time, that thousands of years. Because we were in that dominant energy, it was used to harm, it was used to control, it was used to manipulate, it was used to harm. It should have been used for health reasons. It should have been used for energy. But instead it was used for harm. And now this stuff is going to start coming back for benevolent reasons. H. Newby is really interested in natural energy or communication, natural communication, communication of telepathic communication and energy. He is primed. He is ready to move forward in that energy, in that teaching other people. But until the grips of that dominance energy, until that loosens enough, all of these things, they want us to be aware of it. They don't want us to be fearful that what that person that you just walked by, what if they're an alien? Or what if there's a giant right here in my room and I just don't see them? We shouldn't fear that. We have been conditioned to fear those things, and we should not fear them because they're around. They're all over the place, and they are also they're helpful. They're helpful, but there's also the malevolent energy also, in that we have to be aware of also. So this is just really kind of packed full of information, and they said and repeated, you are to be aware, not to fear, not to speculate, but we have to be willing to see. I think they said that somewhere. You are to be willing to see. You are to be willing to discuss and accept. All of these things are going to be revealed, I think. All of these things are going to be revealed. One day I'll be able to say, hey, H knew me in my head. He's a patron. And he'll say, yeah, hey, what's going on? That's how I communicate with the universal energy that I talk to all the time. And I have since I was in grade school. I probably was before that, but I didn't know it. We'll be able to do that. Maybe not in my lifetime, but it's getting closer and closer and closer. It's just coming around. And they're telling us to be aware that there was mass disclosure where they wanted there was the galactics, the aliens, the ETs, the UFO people, whatever. They wanted to disclose, but the dominance energy prevented that from happening. So now that is kind of going away, we're going to start getting that. It's going to start happening little by little, sometimes maybe too fast, maybe not fast enough for some of you. But it's just a message for us to be prepared. It's just a message so that we're prepared. And that's what this next step stuff is. It's got to be. Because of the few things that I've had so far, it's about that. But I also need to do a foundation thing, but I hope I can do that soon. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping in. All of this material will be on Patreon, and some will be behind the paywall because that's what patrons pay for. So thank you so much for stopping in. Please like and share my videos, and please subscribe if you haven't. In the meantime, please stay tuned because there is a lot more to come.